Yo, what's happening guys, King GBL here and welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Go video. Today we're going to be showcasing some really fun battles with Pidgeot. We're running this team of Galarian Stunfisk, Mantine and Pidgeot. My thinking is this is going to be a double debuff team. We're going to run sort of an ABV style team with Galarian Stunfisk in the front, which can just about handle lanterns. We actually do get a water gun lantern in this first team here, which is a little bit more positive against Galarian Stunfisk. But either way, with Mantine can put in a lot of work against steel types as well. And we just go for the swap out here to Pidgeot. Generally, Pidgeot is the closer in this team. Of course, you can always threaten with the Brave Bird, which you basically earn the same amount of energy for Brave Bird and Feather Dance. So it's always up to the opponents to see if they want to shield a potential Brave Bird or just get debuffed, which is one of the strengths of Pidgeot. As you guys can see here, the Altaria, he is just letting everything go right here. So what I actually did start doing later on in the video is just start firing off Brave Birds left, right and center. And we're going to fire off one right here. It's pretty obvious that it should be Brave Bird, but let's see if they put in shields. Of course they do. I think sometimes like building up to like almost back-to-back Brave Birds could be the play here. But in comes Stunfisk, he's going to go for this Rock Slide. And by the way guys, I just want to say once again, I say it every single video at this point, but thank you guys for all the support on the videos. It is very much appreciated. And make sure you guys are getting out and getting your rocket radars and stuff like that for the next couple of days. And if you have any shadow Pokemon, make sure to TM off Frustration, because we do currently have the Team Rocket event. But you guys know how this goes. We're just going to debuff the absolute life out of Deoxys. He will be running either Rock Slide or Thunderbolt, maybe even both. I feel like you should be running one of the two. But have a look, I think, is that triple debuffed right there? Look at that Rock Slide, it would take probably like another 2 to take out a Mantine in the opponent top lefts, and that's a good game. I've spent a little bit of time today looking for some Shadow Vulpix. I got a Shadow Kanto Vulpix, but I'm looking obviously for the Alolan Ninetales. And Galvantula will be a new Shadow, so some very interesting ones. Speaking of Galvantula, I can't even say that, Galvantula. But we're going to swap in here to Pidgeot. Of course, with the opponent using Ghost type moves, it's pretty resisted. Now the opponent does no Ice Punch, so I decided to shield up the first one, and we're going to go for the Feather Dance here just to debuff it a little bit, and that'll put us into a much more comfortable position to farm up an energy and basically take this match. That's the amazing thing about Pidgeot, if the opponent swaps out, and that's why I'm running Mantine. We're just going for the double debuff team here. I actually did not expect the opponent to get to the Ice Punch so quickly, so a little bit of a miscount by me. Definitely could have debuffed him here, but we're building up to basically back-to-back Brave Birds right here. We're going to fire off the first Brave Bird. Again, the opponent, they always tend to think that it is Feather Dance, so GG's to him. We're going to fire off yet another Brave Bird, which can do just an insane amount of damage to almost anything. The only opponents that really are tough, the opponent top left's right there as well. They realize, okay, GG. GG, we're just going on a Brave Bird rampage right here, so the opponent says GG. And this is exactly where we want to see Registeel. I've seen a video, I think it was Junkus's video, showcasing like the Registeel one-shotting everything. I may go for it. I'm not too sure if I should save my Rocket Radar for Rayquaza, which of course has got the new Dragon type move. It's like a lower cost charge move. I can't remember the exact name of it, to be honest, but I feel like I might just save that. I actually have not got a Registeel. So the one sort of thing that convinces me to maybe go for the Team Rocket Registeel is a nice little catch here, by the way. This is going to be the Focus Blast. Oh, you would be absolutely raging. You would be absolutely raging. I've lost my train of thought here, but we're going to go for this Ice Beam. The opponents, man, like this is actually a tough match. Look at this Frenzy Plant right here. Poof. Like that's like 50% of my health gone, even though I've got that Flying type. The joint Water typing makes it a little bit tough, and the opponent is going ahead and shield up. Potentially could have went for the Bubble Beam right there, but I wanted to either, you know, basically destroy the Venusaur or guarantee the shield. At this point, this is where Bubble Beam would have been nice, because that does like 50% damage as well. We're going to go for the aggressive farm down, but we realize the opponent is just going to get to a Frenzy Plant. I do not want to eat anything more on Pidgeot, so we're going to take it out right here. Come into the next lineup with a little bit of energy, and it is Big Basti. It is Big Basti, but Stunfisk will be able to clean this up right here. I expected the catch, so I decided not to throw straight away. We can throw a Rock Slide right here. We still have a shield in play, and yeah, there's basically nowhere for the opponent to go right here. Basti comes in, and the opponent tops lefts. We do seem to be getting quite a lot of top lefts with this team. Now, I do like to be honest about like how well this team's doing and the rating and stuff. I've had a really difficult time recently trying to gain rating. I've went from 2550 to now, like as you can see in there, the opponent was 2150, I believe. We tried to catch something right there. Unfortunately, we're not able to. We're going to go for this big Ice Beam against the Altaria. Will the Altaria predict this? Oof, that does so much damage. So at this point, I think we can either just, oh yeah, we go for the Bubble Beam as well. So I think the opponent was trying to maybe farm up to the Moonblast or something. They actually shield that, I could not believe it. So I think, you know what, I've Bubble Beamed them, this will not do that much damage. And we decide to take out the Altaria. Definitely a very bad misplay by the opponent right there. If you're going to shield up anything, shield up the first one, but Empoleon comes back in here, and we'll go for this Bubble Beam. Is this just neutral damage? Okay, yeah, no, it's resisted damage, and we'll aggro swap into the Galarian Stunfisk. This Hydro Cannon is going to be a little bit debuffed, but we do kind of need to keep our Galarian Stunfisk healthy. So we're going to invest both shields right here, and let's see if the opponent wants to stay in. We're going to go for the Rock Slide bait right here. We kind of need to bait. Obviously the Earthquake will one-shot them. The Rock Slide will do an okay amount of damage if it landed, but we're going to Earthquake Superior as well. Quick note, I should not be Earthquaking. If you're against a Pokemon who's got Grass and Poison, you should go for Earthquake, but if it's just straight Grass, don't go for Earthquake. A bit of a misplay by me. But that was what was going through my head right there. It's like, oh, just Earthquake the Venusaur, but of course it's just straight Grass. I could have maybe saved the Earthquake, because we're going to absolutely farm down here. I decided to come in with Mantine first to eat up the energy, and that'll leave my Pidgeot in a little bit better of a position to get the farm down, not eat as many moves. We're going to wait out the clock here, try to stall it as much as possible. We're going to come in with Pidgeot and try to farm up as much as possible to give us a more positive matchup in the back. Unfortunately, we're not able to get the Feather Dance off in time. Those Hydro Cannons just absolutely chunk. We're going to go for the Feather Dance here, trying to, you know, not debuff ourselves too much for the Superior. We farm it down, and the opponent realizes, GG. I've got so many top lefts with this team, it has been a lot of fun using Pidgeot, and it is personally one of my favorite Pokemons. One of my favorite Pokemon. We swap out to a Diggersby team right here. So we're coming in, you know, I was kind of getting clapped, like, I will be honest with you guys. I like to upload these battles that are quite fun, but like, I'll be real with you guys, since I hit Veteran, I've just got completely shit on in the Go Battle League. Like, to be fair, I do try, like, spicy teams, and I'm trying to use different funny Pokemon, and try to try, like, different kind of metas, but I'll be real with you guys, like, with the algorithm, you just get your Pokemon matched up against all our Pokemon of similar ilk, or, you know, pretty much, in my opinion of the algorithm, it's not trying to make you lose, because literally 50% of the time somebody wins or loses, but I think the algorithm is there to kind of keep it even, so that people aren't just, you know, completely destroying people all the time. I think it's there to kind of keep people playing, and, you know, for the less experienced players and stuff like that, to keep them in the game. So I feel like whenever you get down, like, I find it really tough at this level now, because I feel like I'm getting algorithmed a little bit harder, because at the higher levels there's less players for you to get matched up against, so naturally enough the algorithm can't be as strong. With, you know, around this rating, there's so many people in around like 2000 to 2500, so you just get absolutely clapped at times. I have started running into like double charm teams and all that kind of stuff, so it has been rough for the last couple of days, so I'm definitely going to run like a very sort of next video. I might just run something similar to my Frostlass team. I was thinking about running a Swampert lead with a Frostlass in the back or something. We're just going to go for a broken team, just to try and make a bit of a climb before Ultra League comes out. Once again guys, if you do want to submit your battles for Ultra League and Master League, there's a link in the description down below. But this matchup right here, it's not as bad as you would anticipate it to be. If you're especially ahead in energy, you can get off a few Bubble Beams. We're going to come in with Diggy. We just got to the Fire Punch, so the obvious play here is shield up, go for the Fire Punch, and that should be enough to take out the Galarian Stunfisk at that range. Diggersby is a beast, man. Like, if you guys do like Diggersby, he is a strong anti-meta pick. He is a strong anti-meta pick. I don't know, it could be a she. It could be a she. She could be a strong anti-meta pick. And yeah, man, like, definitely check out that video. That video done extremely well. Diggersby just competes against the meta strongly. But what am I doing here? I'm just sitting waiting for the next battle. I'm contemplating something, probably looking something up on PvPoke or something like that. But yeah, make sure you guys get out and get your Rocket Raiders done. Make sure you guys get out and get a Vulpix and a Galvantula off the Team Rocket Grunts. So it's check out my Super Bug Pokemon for the Galvantula, the Joltik, and it is frozen in your tracks for the Alolan Vulpix. But in this matchup here, obviously we want to keep our Diggersby safe, and we can go for the big Ice Beam against Pelipper. Man, like, I'm just all over the place right now. They go for a Hurricane. I was surprised. I thought they would go for the bait. Pelippers do like to bait quite a lot, but they go for the big Hurricane. Fair play. The big Ice Beam will do quite a lot of damage here, and at this point I realize, like, we're slightly ahead on health, so I can probably just Bubble Beam and take switch advantage right here. So we'll see if that turns out to be the right play. because of course I want to get my Diggersby aligned to like any steel types and everything that they've got in the back. So I'm just trying to make sure that's the one. And here comes the charm. It's just the absolute ratty charm. I can't remember if I won this match or not, but I was just sitting here like, are you serious, bro? Are you serious? Whenever I see a charm, I just cringe. So we're going to go for this feather dance right here to obviously debuff this attack a little bit, make this matchup a little bit more comfortable. The opponent swaps out immediately, and this is where we should have probably just swapped straight in. Now what I decided to do here was throw the move straight away to kind of scare them and think, oh, it's an earthquake, but it is just a fire punch. The opponent is going to fire off a potential earthquake right here, and we can tank this all day long. I've got a hundo Diggersby. I think if you've got like a proper XL Diggersby, you can tank those absolutely no problem. Or you can tank two, absolutely no problem, so definitely worth keeping in mind. IVs do make a difference at times. The opponent goes for the rock slide bait, but we're still going to get off this fire punch. I think you can pretty much just go straight fire punch, like build up the earthquake, go straight fire punch. Can we get this in time? We're going to go for another fire punch against the Clefable to make it a little bit more comfortable for the Pidgeot right here. We're going to go for the farm down. Yeah, the Clefable reaches a move. I probably could have CMP tied right there, which is not great. It is not great. Diggersby has an awful lot to do. Farm it down, farm it down, farm it down. And yeah, unfortunately, it's a simultaneous KO. And that's a GG. Guys, Pidgeot's a ton of fun to use. Definitely try it out. You do need an elite TM for wing attack. I've got a hundo, which I've been working on for Ultra League. And unfortunately, I don't have an elite fast TM, so it's kind of sad at the moment on that front. But guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, drop a like, drop a sub, leave your submissions down below if you want to submit some battles. And once again, everybody, thank you very much for all the support on the channel. I'm going to go back outside and try to get myself a Vulpix and a Joltik, so hopefully you should see some content on those in the next few days. But thanks everybody, much love, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.